And as Jeff would say, we are a go-go in his favourite tree line, as we're back with round 3 of the Dwarf Preliminations. Today, it's Belegar Ironhammer, the armoured fortress of the Dwarven line, versus Grombrindal, the White Dwarf. Belegar himself rocking up with a Thane, flanked on either side by Longbeards, unit of bolt throwers, a common unit, Iron Drakes, the basically man of the match, as it seems in every single battle so far, a unit of miners, backed with some rangers with great weapons, another unit of Iron Drakes, a unit of Iron Drakes with Trollhammer torpedoes, a set of cannons, and a Longbeard. A lot of emphasis on flamethrowers and artillery, not so much on infantry. Whereas across from them, Grombrindal has brought a gyrocopter with brimstone guns. Grombrindal himself with his amazing hair and insane visuals. A unit of rangers with great weapons, his own cannon team, a dwarf warriors, let's see, we got another dwarf warriors, a bolt thrower as well, quarrels with great weapons, another 2 ranger units, and a gyro bomber. Interesting mix of units here for both sides, so let's see how it turns out. Belegar did roll for the attack, so he will be going into the position to begin shooting first. His Iron Drakes, I think, are going to make the biggest difference here, although that hit, so many dwarves go flying. Longbeards really do seem to be the priority target for any of the artillery here when the AI get going, I have to say. Another bolt throw around. They've got some cover from these rocks, but it doesn't provide a lot. And again, Longbeard's taking multiple hits. Not too many casualties. Always say that, not too many casualties. And then bowling ball, multiple Longbeards dead from a couple of very accurate cannon rounds. But the cannons on Belegar's side are now firing, smashing into that Quarrelers. His own bolt throwers racking up a few casualties there on the Dwarf Warrior team. No movement from the gyrocopters or bombers yet as Belegar's forces inch ever closer. Quarrelers now opening fire on the incoming troops. There has to be a lot of fire though. Dwarves, even miners, aren't too badly armoured. Every dwarf is pretty stout, pretty well protected. It's going to take a lot of fire to kill them. No, to be fair, there is a fair amount of fire coming in. Even the gyro bomber there, raining in some explosive ammunition rounds. Miners now racking up casualties, but the Iron Drakes, both of them are in position, and the murder has begun. It stinks. It absolutely reeks. Beards burning, flesh bubbling off. It can't get any worse, really, for anyone inside. But the Longbeards with great weapons, risking life and limb by having those flames fly over their heads. Not a position I would ever want to be in, but that has completely wiped out Quarrels. Gyro bomber here should be able to get a good shot as it flies overhead. Is it going to actually deploy its deadly payload bombs? It looks like it's moving in for it. Any chance of a droppage there, old gyro bomber? No, brimstone guns in the background moving around, looking to get a flanking position. Well, the Longbeards there from Belegar have begun to flee. Trollhammer's taking a bit of a pasting. There's the bombs on the Ranger unit. A lot of damage raining in. The Iron Drakes, though, from Belegar just whumping in fire. Units fleeing across the board there for Grombrindal. We can see a unit of Dwarf Warriors are starting to break. Oh, another unit of Rangers already fleeing. Quarrels with great weapons virtually down to a man at this point. We still obviously got the ranged firepower from his siege weapons raining in on those units that aren't already being engaged in melee combat. And although it's a very infantry light force for Belegar, his Iron Drake's choice is an absolute winner. It has racked up so many kills, and if we could see how many it's racked up, I imagine it'd be quite high. And oh, this is brutal. Both units of Iron Drakes burning the gyro bomber. And it's nearly dead in one shot there, but it keeps fighting. It is fleeing, and I don't blame the pilot for wanting to get out of that, as more flames raining up now against the gyrocopter squadron. Ow, that's a wonderful visual. No gyrocopters killed, but again, another unit that decides better than hanging around to go and fight a bunch of flamethrower-wielding dwarves. As the gyrocopters get the hell out of there. Meanwhile, down on the main line... Oof, I was going to say, on the main line we've got Grombrindal facing off against the Thane, actually. Belegar just sort of wandering around aimlessly, trying to figure out what he's going to have for his dinner later. Most of Grombrindal's force has fled or is in the process of leaving the field. I think I'm going to hand this battle, to be honest, to Belegar. He's done a fantastic job in a short, sharp conflict that definitely is going to get me questioning here just which faction in the Grand Tournament is really going to want to face any Dwarf army that's bringing a rack of Iron Drakes, because the points cost is going to be a lot higher. Sorry, not the points cost, but the points value of the armies are going to be a lot higher. These are on medium funds, which is roughly about 8,000. When we go up to large, it's going to be interesting army size, and if any Iron Drakes are involved, they're going to rack up casualties very quickly. So I'll be interested to see what happens there. Grombrindal isn't done yet, though. He's going to take a few Dwarves with him before he goes out. Oh no, I say that, and he carved it. He died. But yeah, congratulations to Belegar Ironhammer, victor of this particular battle. In fact, we're zoomed in close enough and get a look at him there in all his armoured glory. There he is, standing tall. So counts as a Pyrrhic victory, but you know what? Still the word victory in that. So thanks everybody for watching. We'll see what happens in the, I believe, the finals of the preliminations here. Which of the two remaining Dwarf Lords, Belegar Ironhammer and Thorak Ironbrow, are going to go forward to represent their force in the Grand Tournament? We'll see what happens next time. Until then, have a good one, everybody. Bye-bye.